Hey, all you sinners and saints, it's Pastor Tom, the MotorSage coming at you. Sometimes country folks get misunderstood whenever we say society is off track and big changes are coming down the road. Now, not to blame city dwellers, but we people who live in the country talk a bit different about things. We usually are more direct about stuff. For example, when church-going folks ask you if you know who would eat bugs and honey, we'd be ready to get talking to when you don't know. Watch this video and just see what I mean. Back in the earliest days of Jesus' ministry, there was a man by the name of John who hollered for people to give Jesus a straight path. Now, John was tough and rough. He was a wilderness man who wore a camel's hair coat with a leather belt around his waist. For food, he ate locusts dipped in wild honey. He was a loud talker. He called people snakes and told them to change their ways. John yelled a lot. He yelled at a crooked politician named Herod. John yelled about God's law and that particular politician's inability to keep the law. Now, most of you know that hot rods can stray far from the original factory appearance. No matter what year or model car the person has, hot rods can have rough edges. Some are built only for a fast ride. They have edges not always thought well of in polite circles. We call them wild, like John the Baptist says. They too love making a road straight, making a quarter-mile strip at least. Today I think John would have his work cut out for him, however. I think he'd yell at politicians of the church or this country, those who slither around the law to make a profit in attendance and money. Yeah, he'd holler at Catholics who ignored pedophile priests. He'd holler at Protestants who have allowed gay ministers and support abortions. I think he'd shake his walking stick at all of us for not paving the road real smooth for Jesus, so our family and friends or even enemies can meet him. We elect crooked politicians so we can quiet people like John, just to stop the yelling and get free stuff. We are sinners after all. We know from John with biblical traction that we are saved by Jesus. So we need to smooth out our sinful dips in our highways. We can then run free, empowered by new behaviors like affection, compassion, a little bit of kindness and humility. There's plenty of gentleness and patience. We need to remember that John was about family too, you know. He didn't just yell at people, he was Jesus' cousin. He baptized him, and God approved so much of that act that our Father God gave Jesus a sign of the gentle dove that landed upon him. From this road sign we can gather that as Christians our lives should look quite a bit different. I ask you, is there more to this command than just changing certain behaviors? Oh, sure. We need to reflect Jesus. And that reflection should go deeper than a polished 3-stage clear coat paint job. Even though the way may get tough when people like Herod want to curb our roads and try to keep us in certain lanes, we're supposed to follow Jesus. We Christians know that Herod eventually had John killed. But think of it. He cranked that old disease-ridden politician so bad that we still hear about it today, nearly 2,000 years later. Now, glory be to God, that's not a bad run at all.